a lot of the hardest thing is changing the entrepreneur's perspective. Because
Mm.
I will tell you, the number one mistake entrepreneurs make is that they don't let go of their ideas. Like they have an idea, they latch onto it, and they're like, they associate the idea with their identity. So if
That's
the
true.
idea fails,
Mm.
what their initial idea fails, then they think they failed, when
Mm.
that couldn't be further from the truth. So like what I try to do early on is say, look, the idea is just an experiment. Like if you were a scientist and you ran an experiment and the experiment failed, would you think of yourself as a failure? They're like, no, it was an experiment. I'm a scientist. That's what I do. Say, well, you are a business scientist now. Like I want every entrepreneur to put on their goggles and their white, their white cloak and go out there into the world
Yeah.
and start experimenting and try lots of ideas. Like entrepreneurs,
Mm.
I think entrepreneurs try far too few ideas.
Mm.
And what you want to do is, you're going out into this world and you're saying, if I did this, if I made this change with technology or business model or design innovation, some form of change, what would be the results? And a lot of times you can't predict the
Mm.
results. I'll give you a great example. I know the founders of YouTube. When they started, YouTube was a video dating site. Most
Yeah.
people don't know it.
I
Video
know that. I
dating.
actually look into the history and I was like, what?
What? And video dating doesn't work. It sounds great. Like, and they were at the beginning of broadband. It sounded like,
Yeah.
oh, of course, everybody would want to see who they're going to date before they go on a date. But nobody wanted to do that.
No,
People were
it's
so
awkward.
so they were failing.
Yeah.
And their brilliant idea came simply because they were out there being an entrepreneur. Like they were out there doing something. And then they decided, they wanted to share a video amongst their friends. And they're like, how do we share this video? Like it's hard. Like videos are big files and we can't share it, by email or anything. So they uploaded it to their site and shared the link. That simple insight. Oh my God, it's so easy to share a video. Why don't we enable this for other people? That they didn't say we're going to build the largest, broadcast and online entertainment network the world has ever seen. They didn't start there.
Yeah.
They started somewhere totally different. And then, by experimenting, and this is what I'm talking about, they discovered what's real. So I'm telling entrepreneurs, you might not even think these little things you're doing in your companies are going to
Mm.
be the next big thing, but you got to be open to that.
Yeah. It's so incredible. If you look at startup businesses, I mean, like just people don't realize all around us is startup businesses, like literally the MacBook and phones and light bulbs. And it's all entrepreneurs that have started. They once had this brilliant idea that wasn't just created in a flash moment. It was maybe the idea was there in a flash moment, but the work behind it takes so much time. Do you feel like with you and what you guys are doing, because I think it's just so amazing what you do. Like, let me just make sure that get my feel on this because I think it's incredible. But do you also feel like when people come to you and they want to start up, that they have a lot of doubt and confidence and belief issues within themselves and then ideas, or are they very driven people to just get going on this startup of theirs?
There are all types of entrepreneurs. So
Yeah.
there are entrepreneurs who are very secure in what they're doing, very focused, determined to succeed,
Mhm.
and they don't let anything stop them. There are entrepreneurs who can wind up being very successful who don't have those traits, who are
That's true.
insecure, who are worried. Financially, it's taking a big risk. Emotionally, it's a roller coaster ride. So, part of our job and part of the human job, like you said, there's all this information on the internet, like on our website, Founderspace, we have tons of videos and it's really valuable. But at the end of the day, a lot of people need that human touch. Like they want to be with somebody, really connecting with them. They want to be with other entrepreneurs who are going through the same thing because it can be a challenge. Now, I know in my personal life, like I had so many challenges starting out. I wasn't a business major. Like I was an electrical computer engineer in undergrad, and then grad school, I did a crazy thing. I went to film and television school. So, the first time I launched my first company, I felt very insecure. I didn't have an MBA. I didn't even have a, bachelor's degree in business. I'd never run a business. I didn't, know accounting. I didn't know any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yet my first company was very successful, but it was a challenge. I would tell you, every day of that first company, I doubted. I doubted. It's like, am I wasting my time? Is this stupid? Should I just be getting a good job? What am I doing? Like, this is crazy. But I just kept going.
Yeah.
And I muddled my way through it. And then when I, came out with a product that was successful, I couldn't even believe it myself. I was like, oh my God, people actually will buy this.
Yeah.